The Department of State Services has arraigned 9 individuals identified as prime suspects in connection with the recent wave of killings in Benue and Plateau states. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. These are our top 10 stories countdown today. At number 10, Britain's Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner admitted Wednesday she had failed to pay enough property tax on a flat purchase, following days of growing pressure over the issue. The 45-year-old said she had referred herself to the government's ethics advisor and alerted the tax authority, blaming the error on receiving inaccurate advice. Rayner, who is also the Minister of Housing, told a Sky News podcast that the discovery prompted her to speak to the family about resigning. At number 9, an Espanyol fan who racially abused Athletic Bilbao striker Inaki Williams was sentenced to a year in prison on Wednesday by a Barcelona court. The supporter was accused of making racist gesture and chants towards the Ghana international in January 2020 at the RCDE Stadium. The fan will not have to serve the prison term in accordance with Spanish law because the sentence is under 2 years and they have no prior convictions. At number 8, the African Democratic Congress in Ekiti State on Wednesday received new members from All Progressive Congress, People's Democratic Party and Labour Party, even as a former banker, Adeyinka Ali declared his intentions to contest the 2026 governorship election on the party's platform. The defector, who converged on Itapa Ekiti in Oye local government area, said they were joining the ADC to back the governorship aspiration of Ali. At number 7, amid long queues and insufficient refilling stations, the cost of 1 standard cubic meter of compressed natural gas has jumped from 230 naira to 450 naira. Our correspondent gathered from the retailers that the government reviewed the price recently to 450 naira, reducing its subsidies. However, while truck pay 450 naira, car drivers and commercial drivers still enjoy some subsidies as they pay 380 naira for 1 standard cubic meter of what the government calls a cheaper alternative to petrol and diesel. At number 6, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has announced a 50% discount on fares for the Lagos Rail Mass Transit Blue Line to mark its 2nd anniversary, effective Thursday, September 4th, 2025. The governor, in a statement to residents via his official X handle on Wednesday, highlighted the successes of the Blue Line since its launch 2 years ago, disclosing that the rail system has transported more than 5 million passengers without a single accident. At number 5, the Bauchi state government has released 300 million naira to the Child Nutrition Fund managed by UNICEF as part of effort to eradicate malnutrition among children in the state. The chief of UNICEF Bauchi Field Office, Nuzat Rafiq, disclosed this on Wednesday during an interaction with journalists. She explained that UNICEF would also provide a matching grant of 300 million naira, bringing the total intervention fund to 600 million naira. At number 4, the federal government has declared Friday, September 5th, 2025 as a public holiday to mark this year's Eid al-Mawlid, the celebration of the birth of Prophet Muhammad. The statement was issued on Wednesday by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Interior, Dr. Magdalene Ajani, on behalf of the Minister of Interior, Dr. Olubomi Tunji-Ojo. The government congratulated Muslims across the country and in the diaspora on the occasion, urging them to emulate the Prophet's virtues of peace, love, humility, tolerance, and compassion. And at number 3, the Ebonyi State Police Command has eliminated a notorious criminal kingpin identified as Isaiah Okoronko. He was reportedly a high-value target who has been on command's wanted list for some time. In a statement signed by the police spokesperson, SP Joshua Okandu, and released to the channel's television on Wednesday, the command confirmed that the neutralization of the criminal kingpin was a direct result of a recent surge in armed robbery and criminal activities in Uyonu community of Ishielu local government area. At number 2, the federal government has kick-started the training, certification, and job placement of 100,000 construction artisans across Nigeria. The training will be implemented in partnership with Polaris Capital Limited as formalized through a memorandum of understanding on Tuesday. The 3-year initiative will be funded through federal budget allocations, private sector investment, and donor contributions. And at number 1, The Department of State Services has arraigned 9 individuals identified as prime suspects in connection with the recent wave of killings in Benue and Plateau State. The suspects were arraigned on Wednesday at the Federal High Court, Abuja. The DSS also charged a suspected gun runner arrested with 7 M16 rifles. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.